Jacksonville Jaguars. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Easy, easy.
44 Mike. Check, check. It's a party now.
Here we go.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
This is Fournette. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
380.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Yes.
You ain't doing
Great.
shit, shit.
Now on 2nd and 13. Foles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice. Or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Curl. Silent.
Check 13.
Now Foles. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Tempo.
Check. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
He's checking.
Hey, Kaden.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Be alert.
Mike Fofo. Hey, watch the screen.
Tiger. Hayden's goal.
Bud. Stop your whining. 44 at the mark.
Let's go.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield on play action. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch that creep. Watch that creeping. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm here all day.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Set. 180. What's the run? They're running. Hurry. Hey, alert.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. Nice pickup for a 1st down.
Mayfield on 1st down. That one is caught by Hunt. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too.
Mike's 50.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Mike's 50. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Point it right. Hey, high 7.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Hurry. 50's the mark. Let's go.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You got nothing to work. You got nothing. Hey, check 24.
We're scoreless after one. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. We'll see what they'll do here as they're up against a 4th and inches. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th.
Check. Show it up. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there, a 22. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
13.
Rush in.
Foles. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
On first down, it's Hunt. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
He's crossing.
Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
50's the money. 50's the money. Hey, watch the slant. Mike 50.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Beckham. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
180.
Mike 50. RT. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
King.
A first down throw for Mayfield. His throw incomplete. The tight end David Njoku, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check number 6. Check number 6.
Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at the 3. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Right there. You don't know no better.
Purple 64.
Hey, exit.
Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 58.
Yes.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
Yes. We go.
Here's Foles. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now it's Bird on the return. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Mayfield down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
Here's a four-receiver look now. Three of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8.
We got three.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Under. Here we go.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Bird to return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Hit. 180. 50. Let's get it together, defense.
Play fake. Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the curl. Alert. Hey, Foxtrot.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Check. 20. Check. Come on, boy. Come on. Run. You got me.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Taken in at the 11. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
What we got? What we got?
44's the mic. 44's the mic. They can't hang with us. Watch twist. Watch.
Yes.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Tonight, 180.
Check. Quarterback, don't
Kick.
begin to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
44, Mike, 44.
They'll toss it to Fournette. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
We got this.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Check 24. Watch the safety creep.
And again, it's Chubb. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Switch, switch, switch.
Hey, alert 33.
I got it. Check 3, check 3.
I got it.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33. 50, Mike 50.
Push him back. Push him off.
50, Mike 50, Mike 50.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Let's go.
Here's Hunt. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 37. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Hurry.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Mayfield looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And boy, he can get hurt.
A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
On third down, here's Hunt. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
58, boys, 58. 58's Mike.
Go, go.
58's Mike, 58. 58's Mike. Man, I got you.
What we got? What we got?
58, right over there, right over there.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Foles. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Mayfield now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, I want to learn.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
50 to Mike. And let's get this.
Real.
Mike 50. Mike 50. Watch the pass.
Hey, Haywood.
To throw, Mayfield, and that is incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line.
And the Browns first down.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Regular.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Kill. Check. Jam. Check three.
Pistol.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch out.
Check 37.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Let's go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom! All day.
Let's go.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back.
Check, check, check,
And
check.
let's see what they've
Kick,
come up
kick,
with
kick.
offensively after having time to talk it over.
44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check.
Johnson, hit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Foles into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Silence, silence. Kill.
44.
Now Foles. Now a desperation throw deep down. That's caught at the 25. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Check 3. Check 3.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Foles, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking for the end zone. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Mayfield to throw it. Throw caught here by Bird. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment